Last episode of Hermitcraft, we constructed a new type of gold farm. And that, my friends, is not it, that's full of frogs, that's our frog lamp farm. This farm also produces magma creams. I totally forgot about that, we could have made some magma blocks with these. Of course, I am referring to the magma blocks in the spawning platforms of our farm. But no loss, I enjoyed my time in the Nether, and as you'll see here, I've laid down some more frog lamps. That is to lead us to our farm, which I notice looks kind of crazy when you've got this perimeter on. Yeah, look at that. The way it pops out in the darkness is just kind of mad. I really like that look. And speaking of the perimeter, there are actually quite a few areas that I missed, and we had pigmen spawning down here, so I came and slabbed all this area, making our farm even more efficient. I also added a beacon down here for regeneration, resistance, and strength too. Those effects and my brand new netherite smiter sword have made this farm even better. Yes, this thing has looting, sweeping edge, but also smite. And because of that, we can now one-hit kill the zombie pigments that fall down here, so the quicker we kill them, the faster the farm works. I'm also using a faster clicker, and you'll notice that there's nothing in my offhand and I'm starving. I found a really peculiar bug, although I actually encounter this quite a lot on Hermitcraft. So you might have noticed in the clip that the rotted flesh was actually sitting in front of me, and I should have been able to pick it up, but because of some sort of bug, I ended up not picking any up and starving. And so eventually this rotted flesh will run out, but what it should do is pick up the new stuff in front of me and put it into my offhand. This is actually rather easy to demonstrate when I walk over here. Notice how my offhand stack is replenished. But luckily we have regeneration, so if that bug occurs, I can still regenerate my health and stay up here. It's a little peculiarity that I encounter from time to time. I call it client and server inventory desync, which is where they seem to disagree on what's actually in your inventory. But anyway, check out how much gold we've been getting from this thing. I've actually done a massive session over here and crafted up tons of that stuff into ingots. Yes. Every double chest here is full of golden ingots for bartering. And if we have a little look into the statistics at the zombified piglin, wow, 79,000 of those have been murdered. Not as many as the drowned though, we're up to 3 million there. And I'm actually really surprised I've only killed 35,000 skeletons. Anyway, stats aside, did you notice the texture of this sword? Isn't that amazing? I completely forgot that I had this custom bone sword texture we could put onto our netherite sword, and that's probably because I didn't upgrade my previous diamond sword. That one had sharpness 5 on it. So anyway, I took a trip to the nether to get some ancient debris, to upgrade some tools, and create a secondary netherite sword. Anyway, that is the status of this farm, a complete and utter resounding success, and now we get to build the bartering system. But first I'm going to kill a few more, because this is just ever so satisfying. Look at that, they all just go in one hit. Oh yeah, and how rude of me, we also get zombified piglin heads from this farm. And I've got quite a few stacks of those. Anyway, it's bartering time, let's build this. So now you will see another unloading system and lots of storage here for the items that we get from bartering. The trick here is that we're no longer going to store gold in this location. This has been designed to automatically filter the gold through and around to where the piglins are going to be. That's right, this is our piglin bartering chamber, and we need to wrangle some up and get them inside of this cage behind me. There are 5 slots, and I've deliberately designed this in a way where there's a little bit of room on either side to expand it if it turns out that we need that. You'll also notice that there's a little bit of like overflow storage for the gold. If it ever flows through over here, we'll collect it in these chests. But for most of the gold that goes through, they're going to end up in those droppers. There is actually like a hop around here if we can see it. So the gold will go into there, there's a line of redstone to activate the droppers, and it's over the back here that we have a redstone clock. It's currently turned off by this line of redstone that we activate over there when we want to run the farm. So it'll turn on the clock, and that means any gold coming through this system will go into those droppers and then get dispensed. In fact, let's go ahead and turn this on. We'll then see the minecart over here come into play. I think I forgot to put one in on that side, although now I think about it, it's been designed to support multiple minecarts. So it would take some time for the minecart to go along this rail, up to the top and then back down again, and it's going to have to pick up more items, I think, from bartering than this one over here. So we needed to create a different system up the top there. That is why all of this looks rather different. You can see the dispenser is now facing out to the side. It's going to put the minecart there. It's actually going to like drop down onto those rails, so it'll start at the end and then make its way back up to the top. That will cut the distance that it's travelled in half, and we'll also get to load more minecarts into the system so we can pick up way more items. And I think we can see that from the moment we start to put minecarts in here. There's like a cooldown clock for ejecting it. So there goes 3 of them, and we could put more into the system. They'll make their way around, they'll come up to the top here, and then, oh gosh, I've made a mistake somewhere. The mistake that I made is that I missed the rail right here. So we'll just go pop that in, put the slab back on top. This thing should now work. Alright, in you go. Yes, yes, and now it's heading down there and it's going back across. You know what, maybe I never misbuilt this because I've just come back over here and the rail has disappeared. Something quirky is going on here. So I guess I need to fix that before we wrangle in some piglins, but I got something else to show you because I started this building by placing some blocks over here below where we are standing and without using scaffolding from down below. I did this on a stream, so I've got a live stream clip to show you here. Right, so this will potentially be the solution right here. We want to place a block down at that level. Let's make it nice and clear. We're gonna go up the scaffolding, go across a little bit. Okay, so it needs to be a couple of blocks like that. Then you place a regular block, and then you put this on it, bone meal it. Aha, and then aim down there. Sweet! And like that, we have been able to place blocks lower than where we are. That's pretty cool. It does require scaffolding, another block, and bone meal, and the vines, of course, but it's a proof of concept that it's doable. So in this game, preparation is key, right? Thinking ahead, and I've done that. I'm kind of winging it a little bit, though. You see, I got my goldy helmet on because we're going to be getting some piglins over here, and I'm going to need some gold to lure them into their new destination. Now, the bit that I'm winging is this spawn platform. I think these slabs are good enough to prevent ghasts spawning. You see, I'm going to fly away and come back, and we're going to have mobs on here. And I know this will work because when I was building this thing, I forgot to put the glass on top of the ice, and then a piglin attacked me. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to work. We fly up, we fly away, we look over our shoulder. Maybe I've gone too far. Maybe I haven't given it enough time. No. Okay, let's try again. I think I know what the issue is. We need to be far enough away for them to spawn on there, but also for them not to spawn in the farm down below. And yeah, look at that. They're also probably not instant despawning when they're down here, so these piglins are filling up the cap. Piglins, pigmen, it's all so confusing, isn't it? Anyway, I did see a piglin. Yep, there you are, my friend. I'm gonna throw that ingot on the ground. You want it, don't you? You're running in the wrong direction. What's going on here? Come on, dude, what's going on with your pathfinding? Ah, you like the gold ingots nice and close. You don't really want to work for it, do ya? What was that sound? That was very, very weird. It's making some seriously strange noises. Up here, buddy, up here. Alright, so will it pathfind down there? I put a trapdoor. It might be too much of a drop, though. Yeah, so I'm going to have to nudge you in for the last bit. And that is not too difficult, because you stand still when you're doing the bartering. Uh-oh, hang on. Yes, there we go. We got our first one in. And I guess now, I've just got to repeat the process, right? So we got 5 in there. They've all been name tagged. But before we get going, we have a problem up here with this rail. Check it out. I'm going to break it. I don't know what to make of that. It's like the... Oh, hello. The server and the client disagree on the rail being there. If I go and pop this thing back in, now it's actually there, right? And I've been rearranging this redstone, but something about this position and how it powers these pistons causes this thing to essentially just glitch out. Look, it's duplicated the rail and left that there. Oh, thank goodness. 20 minutes later, finally got it solved. There's some sort of issue with redstone powering these pistons and the order that they update in, so we've just powered them like this with a repeater. Oh, and look at this. It's now working at last, and there comes the next minecart. Awesome. So, we've done it. The bartering farm is a big success. And it'll take me time to figure out if me standing here AFKing, swiping away at these pigments is going to provide enough gold for all 5 of them to fire at once. But if we look over here, the second that they drop the gold that they're holding, they pick up another one. And that just seems to be some absolute luck. You see this clock over here that I built, I just threw a couple of items into it. Up the top here it's either 6 or 7. 8? Yeah, there's 8 items up the top, and in the second set there's only ever 1 item. So that creates the right interval for the pulse that powers the droppers and gives them their gold, which is currently fully stocked up. And like I said, we might not actually be able to provide it with enough gold, but I've chucked tons in here, and they are happily trading. I know, it's not trading, it's bartering. They're happily bartering. And if this one is starting to run out of gold, I think it means the transfer speed of the hoppers can provide 4 of them with gold, but maybe not the 5th one. So the next thing to consider is the sorting system. At the back here, I had to remove the filter for these last ones because that's where we get our non-stackable items come through. Now to jog your memory, it's iron nuggets, ender pearls, string, quartz, which is why we built this whole thing, obsidian, which we haven't got enough of, crying obsidian, fire charges, leather, soul sand, nether bricks, spectral arrows, we got gravel, we got blackstone, and then everything else goes into the end here. Yeah, and the fact that you see gravel and blackstone and iron nuggets in here means that those come through too fast for our item filters to pick up, so we might need to double up on those at some point. Oh yeah, and look, they've all bartered themselves some fancy iron boots. I found that rather amusing. So we came here for quartz, and I'd say that means that the project is done now, but I'll be back in the future to report on how this works when I'm just AFKing and we don't have like a massive stockpile of gold like behind me. And at some point I'll be upgrading our storage system too. Here is an idea that crossed my mind. This probably would have made a lot of sense to have built with our shulker box compactor. If I were to build it in the exact same spot though, the chests with the shulker boxes would end down here. So if I'm going to do some rebuilding, I might build in a shulker box compactor too. Now if you need your memory jogging, the whole reason we built that farm was to get quartz for this massive structure, which I'm just going to chip away at in the background. I'll probably be working on it in live streams, and one day I'll fly over to the actual Hermitcraft world and show you the final result. For now though, I have something rather curious to show you from one of my test worlds. My memory was jogged when I saw that this would give us leather. This is one of the things that I wanted to farm, and I came across like a really curious, almost works contraption. Let's go check it out. So in the past on Hermitcraft, I've done something rather similar to this. We have cows, and then we have a means to AFK farm them. That would be like a minecart going back and forth, and you're holding down right click with the wheat to breed the cows. Then we have a means to automatically separate the baby cows from the adult cows, and this is where I wanted to try and find a way to do things different. So the idea that came to mind for me was nether portals. We can simply breed the cows right next door to these. Because they're 1.5 blocks tall, if they're standing on top of regular blocks, then they don't go into the nether portal. However, the babies that get bred will get pushed out by the cows that are in there and go through to the nether. So that will look something like this. The baby cow has been separated, and then above these signs we would have lava. However, these cows are subject to jumping, and they also make their way back through the nether portal. And that's the biggest problem. Occasionally they jump up into the lava and die. So this led me to an interesting discovery, as a baby cow won't jump up into a lava cauldron, but what happens when they grow into an adult? Well, it turns out this is something rather simple to test, and by the way, the cow egg that I've got here has been modified, so it'll grow up into an adult really quickly. Now notice how its items dropped on the ground. They didn't go up into the lava cauldron, and the cow was killed by the lava in the cauldron. This is a fantastic little discovery. The issue is, however, this idea doesn't seem capable of scaling. We've got a spot in the middle here for some regular cows, and then the baby cows that we breed will get pushed to the outside, and then when they grow into adults they'll be burned by the lava in the cauldron. There is another issue here. You kind of need the cows to be moving or bobbing up and down in order to breed them with the wheat. Although that might be an old issue. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, look, I'm literally only clicking on one of them. Let's just ignore that issue for now. When I click on these cows with an egg, we'll create some baby cows that do indeed get pushed out to the sides. And when I click on them with my magical egg, in 5 seconds they're going to grow into adults. So now we'll see them pop up into adults. Yep, there we go. Oh, and that's the issue, by the way. Look at this. It's decided to move outwards into the wall. And this one even managed to escape alive. Okay, larger scale test. And you can see exactly why this idea didn't go too much further. That is just not going to work out. And I tried a bunch of different things, putting full blocks down the bottom and have a hopper minecart pick up the items, having carpets on top of the hoppers, having it without, I also used trapdoors at the edges and tried finding some other blocks to make their behavior different, like the chests up the top here. Anyways, I'm going to have another stab at this problem sometime soon, and feel free to do so yourself. See if you can come up with a farm using this little method here. You've just got to figure out these odd quirks that are currently stopping it from being so. And revisiting this project actually gave me the nudge to finish it off. However, what I've got right here is kind of bulky, not something compact that I was looking for. We'll come back to this later in the video though. I feel like we've been doing so much technical stuff, it's time for a break, and let's just have some fun with our fellow hermits. For context, I was live streaming at the time, and Gemini Slay was killing Etho over and over again, and like flies, some of us other hermits were drawn to her base to see exactly what was going on. I wonder if Ren's going there. Into a wall.
Xisuma, what's happening, baby? What's happening?
I'm doing a bit of coordinate hunting. There's some PvP going down.
Yeah, dude, I'm on stream. We're doing the same thing.
I'm streaming too. Brilliant.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm trying to find where Gem's portal is.
I thought Gem's portal was in that direction. Ren. Dang it. Oh, there he is.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, it's definitely down here.
Number 5. All right, I don't know what to expect, man. I think we might die as we come out the portal.
I'm not in the mood for dying. I just wanted to watch the dying. Oh, we're in the right place.
Okay. Hello. We have come.
Hello.
What shenanigans are afoot out here?
I'm collecting hermit heads.
Oh my. Dude.
That explains the consistent slaying.
At the moment.
She's brutal, man. She's brutal, okay?
And she's already just sticking your heads all over the place. Just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got her.
Are you gonna like open a shop and sell these?
I actually just have a dungeon. I'm trying to decorate.
That's awesome.
Gem,
Decorate my dungeon with thy heads. Are we going? Are we going?
Yeah.
You're looking.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking right at you. Let's go.
She's ready for anybody.
Ooh.
No.
Xuma's got some
One hit. That's all I got. The first hit. No. Dang it. I never set my spawn. Boo-hoo.
Set your spawn at Xisuma.
Yeah. I just had a bit of a walk. Gem, how many hits did I actually get? Because it felt like I got one critical hit and that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Dang. I want to try again now.
Speeding us up, man.
Yep, okay. Get in line. Here's a cue.
Ready?
Ow, that was a crit straight to the face.
Not even a hit.
Wow.
What is going on here?
Brutal. She's juggling me like an absolute boss.
Yeah, she's got the timing right.
3, 2,
1, go.
1, fight!
Oh.
Oh, these are some big hits coming in. Oh,
Let me win, Jim, so I look good in front of them, please. No.
Oh.
Double knockout!
Wow!
Wasn't the worst performance.
Wow.
That
That was really good.
Xisuma versus Etho. Fight!
Alright, I'm seeing that strafe. I'm seeing that strafe.
Get him.
Oh, terrible aim. Terrible aim.
Xisuma got a crit.
Ugh. Oh, the aim is so bad.
So, Etho's getting those combos.
Oh, just missing over and over again.
Ooh, ding, 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 ding.
Half a heart Xisuma. That was actually really close.
Oh, wow,
That was
okay.
really easy
GG,
fight.
the GG. Xisuma versus Doc. Fight.
Let's do it. Oh! Okay, there's one. There's two.
With championships.
3.
We've got more spectators.
4.
Apparently.
5. Oh, one more. I needed one more. Dang it.
Nice. Oh,
Etho
Ren's
versus
gonna do it, Ren's
Gem.
gonna do it.
Fight.
Rematch. It's
The rematch.
10-2.
Don't hit the llamas. Don't hit the llamas.
Oh.
You
Oh.
worried about my aim?
Stop juggling me.
Snap. Oh.
That was a good
Oh!
One more.
Smacked off the edge of the cliff, no less.
That was good. I was under 1 heart, Etho.
Nice.
Oh, we
Xisuma
did a
versus the dog.
3 rounds.
Fight.
We won 2 out of 3.
Oh. Xisuma's getting the shots in. Oh, juggling. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. That was alright.
GG!
That was good.
Quite brutal,
So-
but
something
if
about
you-
your
if you get
movement
the-
pattern
if you
just
get the
worked for
side
me then.
angle Like this.
Yeah, you lined up every
You know.
jump of mine.
Let's go, Gem. 3, 2, 1. Go! Oh, that was bad.
Oh, there she goes. Juggled.
Yeah.
No hit in.
Oh,
Not a hit.
Not a hit.
Man.
I just can't even get close.
Fool.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's interesting. Everyone's got like a different movement pattern. Like, do you hold down the back key a little bit when you strafe?
You have to. You won't crit if you're sprinting too much. So I have my sprint toggled on my caps lock key, and to break that toggle, I press S really quickly.
Oh, these are the secrets.
Some NCC secrets.
Yeah, like I like strafe and hold forward, whereas it felt like you were strafing and holding back. Is kind of like
Yeah,
what
I'll
it looked
backpedal a little bit. It
interesting.
causes you to miss more.
Jem, what is on the back of your skin? Is there like a little face there?
There's a flower.
Oh
and then,
yeah,
like, some buttons on the corset
I
thing.
see it now. It almost looked a little bit of like a fox face or something to me. I feel like I see a derpy
I
face
kind
there
of see
now.
it now too. I kind of
Yeah.
do see it.
Well, thanks for the fun.
Those are weird.
I hope you got what you
Yeah,
needed.
of course. Thanks for coming.
You got
I
two
got
heads.
everything I needed and more.
Awesome. See you guys later. So that was rather interesting, wasn't it? The conclusion there, if you didn't catch it at the end, is that the subtleties of how you choose to press buttons and move around in Minecraft could actually have a really big impact on how you perform in PvP. It's something to be experimented with, but right now let me explain the farm that you saw earlier. I'm going to put some cows into the middle. These vines are up the top here at the glass level so that they can go all the way down and stop entity cramming from killing too many of these cows. So now I've got like 50 or so in them, and when I hold down right click here, as you can see by the amount of hearts, we are able to breed all of them together. So our baby cows spread out, and of course the issue was that they would pop into the blocks next to the cauldron. It kind of hit me that you could just put some slabs around the outside so they can't escape, but they'll actually make their way onto these if they glitch out. Okay, there we go. You can see them busting out, landing on the slabs on the outside, and although it's a solution, it means this thing's kind of bulky and maybe not too much of an innovation, and you need a bunch more hoppers as well. There's also the possibility that some of the items might actually get stuck in the water down the bottom there. So who knows, I may end up building this or something similar to it if I can come up with a solution, and like I said earlier, you should have a go yourself, see if you can figure out something really compact and smart with this lava cauldron idea. And this is an episode of Hermitcraft, of course. We're going to end it on the server. I wanted to say thank you ever so much for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it to support. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And bask in the ambience of all of these gold blocks. So many of them, right? This farm is a riot. We've still got some work to do on it, but we'll probably be taking a break in the next episode. Anyway, that's it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.